All right, hello everybody, and welcome to this week's guided meditation. And for us today, we have the topic of loneliness, and we all have felt lost and lonely at some time in our life. But loneliness is something that happens inside of us. It does not have to be. We could be lonely and be surrounded by people. We can have tons of friends and still feel lonely. You could be in a party. Maybe you have experienced that before. In a party full of people, and you still felt lonely. So loneliness is a feeling that is created by a thought that we are separate. So it comes from that thought. And sometimes we create a habit of having that thought, and we start to feel lonely throughout our lives. Sometimes, we feel lonely for a period of time. You start wondering if we should have somebody in our lives. Maybe you're single, or maybe you live by yourself, or maybe you went out to college and you are in your dorm and feeling lonely. So there are many different times in our lives that we may feel lonely, even when we are surrounded by people. But the good news is there's something very simple that you can do, which is meditation. This is what we're going to do today, because as I mentioned, the feeling of loneliness is not really coming from an external situation. You can change a lot of things outside. You can start surrounding yourself by people, but then there's those moments that you're still going to feel lonely again. Thought is what starts every single feeling that we have. If we don't have a thought about something, we are not going to have that feeling. So feelings, emotions are a modified form of thought. So once we start to understand that, we can start to change and make some changes in our lives so that it's not like we don't want to feel lonely. Whatever feeling that comes up, we will embrace it. But it's just really basically about understanding where emotions are coming from, and they're coming from thoughts. So for this particular feeling, which is the feeling of loneliness, it comes from our thought that we are separate. And as if you have been meditating for a while, you may already have the understanding that meditation makes us feel connected, because underneath it all, we are one, we are all connected. So how can we feel lonely when we are always connected in a deeper level, right? So this meditation today, we are going to work on that. So make yourself very comfortable. You can be seated, you can be laying down. Just find a posture that you feel comfortable over the next few minutes. So let's begin. And as you settle into a comfortable position, take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, start to connect with yourself and notice how you're feeling within in this moment. And as you start to notice how you're feeling in this moment, let's acknowledge the person who needs you the most. Who is the person who needs you the most? And this person you're going to find when you look in the mirror. So take a moment and say to yourself, thank you for this moment as an opportunity for your self-care, for taking this time out of your day to nurture yourself. And as a gift to yourself, take a deep breath in, bathing and nourishing your entire body, your mind, and breathing out, allowing yourself to relax, because you deserve this moment. So whatever you have going on in your day, we're just going to leave that to the side just for now. And if you want to pick them up once you're done with this meditation, they will be there waiting for you. Just focusing on the breath for now, taking some deep, slow breaths. For a lot of us, we go our entire day without even thinking about our breath. But that's the one thing that is keeping us all alive. And your breath has been there for you since the beginning, since in the very first moment on earth. being there moment by moment with you, exactly as it needs to be. The breath never asks questions. It never judges you. It simply does what is required without any help. So let's honor our breath now and all it has been doing for us. Let's take a nice full inhalation, expand in your belly and chest as much as you can, and then hold it for just a moment. And exhale, feeling a wave of relaxation sweep over you. And let's do that again. Inhale, filling your entire lungs with oxygen, and then hold it for a moment. And as you exhale, notice again that wave of relaxation gently sweeping over you. Inhale very deeply so that you're brimming with air. Taking a moment at the top to soak in the life force we call oxygen. And then exhale, notice your body relaxing in different areas without any effort from you. And we're going to do that 2 more times. Full inhalation. Beginning to feel this breath purifying your entire body. And exhaling, not having to do anything at all, just noticing how you're feeling. And 1 more. Full, beautiful breath coming in. Hold it, feeling the goodness of this simple task. And exhale, allowing that wave of relaxation to sweep again over you. And now once again, notice how you're feeling in this very moment, just after 5 breaths. Notice how you have an abundance of oxygen. And whenever we take these breaths and we just stop our day to connect with the breath, this is an expression of self-compassion. And now just allow the breath to be natural. And noticing how abundant it is. And noticing that this is a tool that you have to use whenever you feel the negativity or loneliness, knowing that you can take 5 deep, helpful breaths that allow you to relax. So this is about creating a habit. And a habit is small little things that we do over and over until they become second nature. So next time that you catch yourself feeling hopeless, remind yourself to take these 5 healing breaths. So right now, just breathing and relaxing and feeling very safe and comfortable. No one needs you right now. This is the time that you have taken to yourself. And nothing is disturbing you. It does not matter if you're in a room full of running around children, or if there is a garbage truck outside, or if there's a spouse being very noisy next room. It does not matter. The lawnmower, the yard man, nothing is disturbing you. You have nowhere to go and nothing that you have to do right now. You are completely safe. You are completely relaxed. And you are accessing a deeper part of you that has infinite possibilities available for you. And there is no effort to be there. And you are now being guided by your own relaxation. There's nothing to strive or try to do. It's more about letting go, breath by breath. Sometimes we feel that we are controlling life, that we're trying to take life, and that takes so much effort, but life is unfolding by itself, like a rose blossoming. The rose is not striving to blossom. It simply is blossoming the same way that you are. So instead of trying to control this meditation, this relaxation, simply be, relax, and breathe. And whenever you notice that you're trying something, there is a certain constriction, a certain tightness that it comes. But if you just breathe and allow yourself to relax, just like a flower, allowing its petals to open slowly without any effort. And you may not notice if you're looking at the flower and staring at the flower, but over time, one day, as you notice, it's fully blossomed. And this is your meditation journey. This is your journey. You may not notice day by day these changes, but one day you're fully blossomed. And it may be there right now already. But it does not matter if you know that you are or not. That is happening for you. So just relax and just breathe without trying to control this moment. And there may be a lot of feelings there present in this moment. But notice how these feelings come and go. Like waves on the ocean shore. So just breathe, giving yourself permission to feel relaxed. There's nothing wrong with feeling relaxed, but also there's nothing wrong with feeling uncomfortable. These are only sensations that you are experiencing. Sensations that come and go, come and go. All created by thoughts, but they are not permanent. They don't stay. So let's gently bring the awareness to the feeling of loneliness and notice how and where any sensations of discomfort comes up for you. And remember, there's nothing wrong with feeling a little uncomfortable. These are just sensations. That means we are fighting what is. And if we want to think about the flower, the rose petals, imagine the days there are heavy winds. Some days there are heavy rains, or it gets too cold or too hot. But there is the flower, just accepting all as is. So just be with this feeling. Be with the feeling of loneliness. And then try not to get entangled with this story, because the mind will tell you a lot of stories of why you're feeling lonely, because usually someone did something, and those stories that the mind tell us. But instead, have a little bit of a detached approach. Almost as if you were there for a dear friend who has tears in their eyes. So join with your loneliness as if you are meeting up someone you love because they called you and needed you. Is the feeling of loneliness actually scary? Or is it just like a friend who is experiencing a bad day and is calling out for someone to help them and console them? how do we soothe a friend's tears? We do that with compassion. So the same as you soothe these lonesome feelings, be present and listen, because you're the only one who can give solace to this feeling. Just as how your friend reached out to only you when they needed comfort. So the way that we are going to alleviate these feelings is by being there with them and never pushing them away. Would you tell your troubled friend to go away when they call you upset and asking for your presence? Well, most likely not. Then we are not going to tell our loneliness to go away either. Just be with it. And now allow any feelings of seclusion, discomfort, or pain to just pass by. As I mentioned, like a rain cloud that has brought a heavy rain, or heavy winds. The cloud passes by and the sun peeks out, beaming with light and warmth. So when we do that, when we console uncomfortable feelings and we sit with them as friend, we are allowing that storm of upset to rain down, letting go, and then continue in the wind, seeing the sun break through, drying up the waters with its warmth. You can clearly see a smile on your friend's face because you're always there for them. And this can be practiced with any other feeling that we feel it's uncomfortable. We usually don't have any problem feeling happy or joyful, but whenever the sadness or the loneliness or the anger, when they come, we feel that there is something wrong in feeling that way, but there isn't. They're just feelings that were started by thoughts. And that happens because we are human, because we have a whole rainbow of emotions. And that is a beautiful thing. So whenever we stop and we make these meaningful connections with our inner self, any feelings of loneliness or sadness or anger, they become our ally. So it's about changing that perspective of how we approach these feelings that will help us be with them, allow their full expression so they can feel heard and pass on by. And remember that nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. Everything is always coming and going, like waves in the ocean. And sometimes we feel completely overwhelmed by these storms of heavy emotions, and it feels like they're never going to pass. And you're from Florida, you know when a hurricane comes, right? There is that sometimes days until it comes, and then it comes, and it can be scary, it can be frightening, and you feel fearful, and we wish you weren't true, right? But this is the same thing with the storms of our emotions, of the uncomfortable emotions, but knowing that they will always pass. They were never going to stay here, and they will pass quicker when we acknowledge them. Whenever we push them away, whatever we resist, and I've said that so many times, you may have heard other teachers say the same thing, but it is whenever you're resisting something, you're actually giving energy. So we really allow it to come and feel it fully. What is it telling us? And you don't even have to go into the story of it. It's just like, where do I feel this? Where is this loneliness? And just be with it. Take 5 deep breaths and then allow it to dissipate in its own time without trying to control it. Life is happening on its own. That's how it's been happening since the very first breath. So just allowing life to unfold for us moment by moment. All right, if you have your eyes closed, you can gently open your eyes or take a nice breath in and breathe out. And perhaps feeling a little bit lighter, a little bit more comfortable with this feeling of loneliness, and know that it's okay. You may have feel some more alleviated right now from these feelings. And if you just did this meditation, but you're not really feeling lonely at this time, know that you have this tool to practice at any time. And remember, this can be applied to any uncomfortable feeling that comes, and they'll come because that's part of our human experience. So thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.